I, a fat and bean-fed horse, beguile, mating in likeness of a filly foal. Sometimes lurk I in a gossip's bowl, in very likeness of a roasted crab. And when she drinks against her inside paw, and on her withered dewlap falls the air. The wiser son telling the saddest tale, sometimes for three construed mistaketh me, then slip I from above, down topples she, and Taylor cries and falls into a cough. Then the whole choir hold their hips and laugh, and wax it in their mirth, and sneeze and swear. A merrier hour was never wasted there. Thou speakest right. I am that merry one, your friend. I just go around and make him smile when I am fascinated like sometimes they'll find and when she drinks against her lips I pause, and on her with the wise aside telling the saddest tale, sometime for three good stories down to the Taylor cries. This is our time to shine.
The stage is ours, we're gonna take it home. Deep breaths, our heads held high. Let's make it to the skies. Dance till morning comes and we sing our song so proudly. Capture stories, share this.
This occasion is for all of you, the arts practitioners of Malaysia. Now, I still remember the first Cameronian Arts Awards or Camis that was done in 2002. Yes, I am that old. The first Camis marked a pivotal and historical point in the performing arts scene in Malaysia. I remember it very vividly. It was made possible by three factors. Number one, there was this small but very non-for-profit arts group called Kaki Seni, which was then led by Miss Cathy Rowlands and Jenny Daniels. A big shout out for that, even though they're not here. Because if they didn't start this, we would not be here. It was an organization, though small, but had the dream, had the tenacity of a very tenacious group that had the dream of having an award ceremony by the industry for the industry practitioners. Number two, what made Camis possible was this lady who dared to dream with Kaki Seni, Caroline Russell, and her team in Bow Plantation. She dared to dream with them. I think they slept on the same pillow because they had the same dreams. She dared to invest some funds in Kaki Seni, in the Camis. And here we are now, 20 odd years later, and hopefully for the next 200 years. Please put that in your view. And thirdly, Camis is made possible because in the year 2000, there was this group of young, hungry, energetic, creative people in Malaysia producing works that were spellbinding and which enthralled the Malaysian audiences. So we had Kaki Seni, we had Bow Plantation, and we had productions that was deemed worthy of being appreciated in an arts awards. So thus Camis was born, or Bow Cameronian Arts Awards. Give a big clap, please. Then there was only one arts award in 2000. It was by Motec. It was called Anugerah Seni Negara. It's still around, but it was meant for a specific category of artists. So that meant a lot of others were not in that category. So chemists came at the right time. I remember very well the excitement that was around in the year 2002. And 20 odd years later, the excitement has thrived under Kaki Seni, held by Long Yuan and her team. Thank you, Kaki Seni, for dreaming, for still dreaming. I remember also that in the first chemist, there were a few supporters. ASK, Academy Seni Kebangsaan, some of you are here. The name now is Aswara, but then it was ASK. JKKN, Mortec supported the first chemist, and I'm so glad that now we have a board full of other supporters. So inshallah, we will meet again 200 years from now, not us lah. I mean, which is our next generations. I wouldn't want to meet you 200 years from now. This is a dark hall, by the way. So, when you hear Dakan, it's not makan, it's Dakan. Short form for Dasar Kebudayaan Negara, which was brought up to memacu pertumbuhan seni budaya dan warisan negara. Dakan outlines seven, this is the last page. Dakan outlines seven main thrusts. Seven main thrusts related to the future implementation of arts, culture and heritage. If you want to know more, please Google it up. Okay, so that's this policy, but without policy remains an academic exercise without a team of movers and shakers, right? So in November 2024, an 11-member council was formed to assist MOTAC in an advisory capacity. Before you start shooting us nasty emails, please. The keyword here is advisory capacity. To assist the government and advise the government on steps and actions to be taken to achieve Dakan. It is no easy feat. So, my challenge to you, please help us to help you. Chair for MacBeth Kebudayaan Negara, very big sounding name. Wan Yuan is my deputy. Yuan, we are partners in crime. And together to show our support to Kaki Seni and the arts fraternity capacity, please tell us what to advise the government. I will give I hope Yuan will help me to disseminate the information on the email. Any time of the day, please email us. Don't call us, yeah? Email us and we will take note because you are the people at the grassroots level. We need to know what are the real problems, but I don't want to hear only problems, I want to hear ideas also. And your foresight in helping us advise the government on what they should do. The road is long, but you, the arts fraternity, has never failed to inspire us. So together we will fight until the end, until we see the arts thriving in Malaysia.
Very, very special year, 20 years, well we've heard already from our MCs, and 20 years, it really has gone past enormously quickly. 2 decades of celebrating the arts and its amazing practitioners. Let's take a round of applause for everyone who's played a part. Ensuring that the performing arts continues to evolve, grow and excel over these 2 decades. So tonight, 42 awards go out. You'll see some changes. This is reflecting our discussions and engagement during last year, early last year, to get your feedback, really to ensure that these awards are reflecting your needs and keeping step with the changes in the industry. For us at BO, the 20th edition of the BOH Cameronian Arts Awards is a very special milestone, and we have been incredibly privileged to have been walking alongside Malaysia's vibrant and ever-evolving performing arts community. Thank you for this wonderful experience. So we have something a little bit different this evening. I have a poem. I don't pretend to have written it myself. And I do have to admit that there was a little bit of help from AI. Now, I know that AI is very controversial because of its impact on the creative industry. However, it can be quite a useful tool. And in this spirit, I share, celebrating a legacy of the performing arts. 2 decades on, the stage still gleams with echoes born of countless dreams. Through passion's fire and trials deep, we've carved a path we vowed to keep. But what's the call, the road ahead? To spread the arts where hearts are led, not just to watch or stand aside, but to live the craft with blazing pride. To play a part, to feel, to start, let every stage reflect the heart. For art's not meant to fade away, but grow, transform, and boldly stay. So let us stand as one, with heads held high. Let spirits soar and voices fly. Tonight we honor passions bright, a legacy of art's shining light. Thank you very much.
Lighting design, Eagle Lee for Kakalala, presented by Orang Orang Drum Theatre. Lao Shi Ho for Laluan Amaryllis Still, presented by Hong Kong Dance Company. Tan Eng Heng for Papua Rasa 2024 Choreography, Reset, Reflect, Reimagine, presented by ASK Dance Company. Yusman Mukhtar for Contra, Your Plan, presented by the Actor Studio Seni Geetha Rakyat.
Best lighting design, this award goes to Lao Shi Ho.
Music and sound design, Hariram Ting Yuan Lam for Looking for a Path from Samskara, Past Reflections, Present Expressions, presented by GSD Performing Arts Studio. Kent Lee for Beyond Moving with Artisans, Rattan Weaving and Contemporary Dance, presented by GSD Productions. Ng Cho Guan for Double Quantum, presented by Pentas Project Theatre Production. Orang Orang Drum Theatre and Alibaba for Laluan Amaryllis Still, presented by Hong Kong Dance Company. Ziyi Liao for Kakalala, presented by Orang Orang Drum Theatre.
This award goes to Zi Liu Kakalala.
Visual design, Liu Qihai for the Chef's Experiment from Papua Rasa 2024 Choreography, Reset, Reflect, Reimagine, presented by ASK Dance Company. Li Cheng for Beyond Moving with Artisans, Rattan Weaving and Contemporary Dance, presented by GSD Productions. Passion Ma for Laluan Amaryllis Still, presented by Guangdong Dance Company. Best Multimedia Design, Faris Naseh for Kakalala, presented by Orang Orang Drum Theatre. Hua Wei An
For a Reason for Falling, presented by Hua Wei An.
Congratulations.
Values, East and West, a musical journey, presented by Malaysia Century Chinese Orchestra and Skywing Band. Opera Sila Bohemia, presented by Kuala Lumpur City Opera. Spice, Magic and Mystic by the Young KL Singers, presented by the Actors Studio Seni Theatre Rakyat and PJPAC. Symphonic Rock, presented by Geetha Entertainment.
Goes to Symphonic Rock.
Costume design, styling and makeup, Akmal Suryati and Suhaib Dal for Theatre Musical Sakti Modern Mahawangsa, presented by Persatuan Alumni Aswara. BOH Royale and Pu Yang Yu for The Working Day, presented by Talk Productions. Bashira Majid for Sang Kanchil and the Dragon King, presented by Liver and Lung Productions. Nani Zahar, Akin Zulkifli and Olivia for Theatre Musical Sudirmania, presented by Revolution Stage. Quinto Nung and Kickin' Fish for Lao Wang the Musical, presented by D Young Productions.
Akmal Suryati and Suhaib Dal.
Best Music and Sound Design, Hafizam for Theatre Musical Sudirmania, presented by Revolution Stage. Kitarna Kuhindran for The Working Day, presented by Talk Productions. Shafiq Shahjahan for Sang Kanchil and the Dragon King, presented by Liver and Lung Productions. Terence Chong for Dreams the Musical, presented by Tiana Music. Tioku Umar Irani for Theatre Musical Sakti Modern Mahawangsa, presented by Persatuan Alumni Aswara. And or Visual Design, Christopher Lim, Adrina Sujo and Chia for The Working Day, presented by Talk Productions. Megat Hairul and Ryan J for Theatre Musical Sudirmania, presented by Revolution Stage. Naufal Zamri for Theatre Musical Sakti Modern Mahawangsa, presented by Persatuan Alumni Aswara. Shahrul Sky for Sang Kanchil and the Dragon King, presented by Liver and Lung Productions. Wong Tae Si for Life Is, presented by Kuala Lumpur Men's Chorus.
Christopher Ling Yusman
Design, Shura Hasmi for Theatre Musical Sudirmania, presented by Revolution Stage. Lin Wei Sing for Dreams the Musical, presented by Tiana Music. Shahrul Sky for Life Is, presented by Kuala Lumpur Men's Chorus. Yu Hui Chen for The Working Day, presented by Talk Productions. Yusman Mokhtar for Theatre Musical Sakti Modern Mahawangsa, presented by Persatuan Alumni Aswara. Best Costume Design, Styling and Makeup, Beatrice Louis for The Bee, presented by Pentas Project Theatre Productions and W Productions. Beatrice Louis for The Seagull, presented by Sunstone Entertainment, Muka Space and the Actors Studio Seni Theatre Rakyat. Edmund Xiao for B328, presented by Yamatetsu. Nur Afifi Muhammad Kaya for Randai MacBeth, presented by Pusat Seni Pentas Tradisional Putra Aswara. And Sound Design, Ayo Azrael for Randai MacBeth, presented by Pusat Seni Pentas Tradisional Putra Aswara. Kent Lee for The Bee, presented by Pentas Project Theatre Production and W Productions. Shamsul Azhar for Mortal Man 2 Monologues, presented by Five Arts Center.
Ayub Azri.
Visual Design, Chua Ziying and Fairuz Sulaiman for The Bee, presented by Pentas Project Theatre Production and W Productions. Muhammad Nurul Hazrin Shamsul Kama for Randai MacBeth, presented by Pusat Seni Pentas Tradisional Putra Aswara. Naufal Zamri for Novel as a Motion Picture, presented by Main Theatre. Yusman Mokhtar for Perhiasan Culture, presented by the Actors Studio Foundation. Gerald Gan and Joel Wong for the Swan Song, presented by Sunstrong Entertainment, Muka Space, and the Actors Studio Seni Theatre Rakyat. Man for the Bee, presented by Pentas Project Theatre Production and W Productions. Yusman Mokhtar for Perhiasan Culture, presented by the Actors Studio Foundation. Yusman Mokhtar for Randai MacBeth, presented by Pusat Seni Pentas Tradisional Putra Aswara. Walid Ali for Theatre Persiapan Seorang Aktor by Studio Sedaruang.
Waiting for the silence to fade out, I'll sing aloud. Dreams I have, stories in my head, they come alive, they beat within my heart. I know. This is our time to shine.
With an expert panel of judges who were recognised by the industry, seemed to be the obvious thing to do. And just to say loud and clear, Malaysian arts are good. They're really good.
If Pakistan didn't have credibility with the community, and we didn't have credibility with the sponsors, it would have been a no-go.
This is our time to shine. The stage is ours. Yes, we're gonna take it on deep. Our heads held high. Let's take it to the sky. Dance to morning comes and we'll sing our song so proudly. We'll capture.
feature-length work, Boys Chew and Damien Liao for Kakawara, presented by Orang Orang Drum Theatre. Gauri Chandran and Sumathi Chandra for Pragati 2, presented by Temple of Fine Arts. Hua Wei An for A Reason for Falling, presented by Hua Wei An. James Khan and Yon Rao for Our Amaryllis Film, presented by Guangdong Dance Company. Lo Kok Man, Ming Lao and Wong Ji Shua for Double Quantum, presented by Pentas Project Theatre Production.
Boys Chew.
In a mixed bill, Shanti for Lines, Circles and Cycles from Contra, Yue Guan, presented by the Actors Studio Seni Theatre Rakyat. Surjit Nongmei Kapang for Lines and Dots from Tabula Rasa 2024, Choreography, Reset, Reflect, Reimagine, presented by ASK Dance Company. Raziman Sarbini for Under the Line from Tabula Rasa 2024, Choreography, Reset, Reflect, Reimagine, presented by ASK Dance Company. Wong Chi Ying for Threads of Longing, Where Do They Lead? From Contra Yue Guan, presented by the Actors Studio Seni Theatre Rakyat. To the Century of the Mountain God, from a dash of nature, earth, sky, and the life within, with the KLPAC Symphonic Band, presented by the Kuala Lumpur Performing Arts Centre. Lawrence Chew Peng Chong, for I Wish to Bring You Forth, from a dash of nature, earth, sky, and the life within, with the KLPAC Symphonic Band, presented by the Kuala Lumpur Performing Arts Centre. Melody Yo Wan Lin, for the Ocean Odyssey, from a dash of nature, earth, sky, and the life within, with the KLPAC Symphonic Band, presented by the Kuala Lumpur Performing Arts Centre. Tong Yung Hao, for Constant, from Constant, Handpan Music Concert, presented by Freedom's Percussion. Yo Chao Shen, for Bunga Raya March, from a dash of nature, earth, sky, and the life within, with the KLPAC Symphonic Band, presented by the Kuala Lumpur Performing Arts Centre. Caleb T, for Who Shall Separate Us from the Love of Christ, from Love We Kindle, presented by Caleb T Music. Musical direction, Chong Koi Min and Michelle Koo Yin Yi for East and West, a musical journey presented by Malaysia Century Chinese Orchestra and Sky Wind Band. Dr. Bernard Tan for Opera Sila Bohemia, presented by Kuala Lumpur City Opera. Kevin Field for Symphonic Rock, presented by Two-Time Entertainment. Mak Chi Ho and Ian Chan for Stars, Magic and Mystic by the Young KL Singers, presented by the Actors Studio Seni Theatre Rakyat and KLPAC.
Bernard.
Cynthia Gunn for Spice, Magic and Mystic by the Young KL Singers, presented by the Actors Studio Seni Theatre Rakyat and KLPAC. Danny Chen, Dominique Devosine, and Amelia Tan for Opera Sila Bohemia, presented by Kuala Lumpur City Opera. Muhammad Nazrin bin Muhammad for Constant, Handpan Music Concert, presented by Freedom's Percussion.
Muhammad Nazir bin Muhammad.
Presented by Tiana Music. Shafiq Shah Jahan for Sam Kanchil and the Dragon King, presented by River and Lung Productions. Sidang Penulis Theatre Musical Sakti Merun Mahawansa for Theatre Musical Sakti Merun Mahawansa, presented by Persatuan Alumni Aswara. Vail V. Wong and Thomas Nichols for Life Is, presented by Kuala Lumpur Men's Chorus.
Sidang Penulis Theatre Musical
And lyrics, Elaine Lee for Dreams, the musical, presented by Tiana Music. Lenny Erwan, Tioku Umar Elani, Irina Khair, and Ijan Perkusi for Theatre Musical Sakti Merung Mahawangsa, presented by Persatuan Alumni Aswara. Shafiq Shahjahan for Sun Kanchil and the Dragon King, presented by Liver and Lung Productions. Vale V. Wong and Thomas Nichols for Life Is, presented by Kuala Lumpur Men's Chorus. Presented by Heart Productions. Ken Shin for Life Is, presented by Kuala Lumpur Men's Chorus. Naeem Shahraza for Theatre Musical Sakti Merung Mahawangsa, presented by Persatuan Alumni Aswara. Rihanna Aisha for Sun Kanchil and the Dragon King, presented by Liver and Lung Productions. Sarah Sulaiman for Theatre Musical Sigurmania, presented by Revolution Stage. For Theatre Musical Sigurmania, presented by Revolution Stage. Ji Yong and Irina Khair for Sun Kanchil and the Dragon King, presented by Liver and Lung Productions. Lee Han for The Working Dog, presented by Cat Productions. Han Chong-yu and Elaine Lee for Dreams the Musical, presented by Tiana Music. Vale V. Wong and Thomas Nichols for Life Is, presented by Kuala Lumpur Men's Chorus.
Direction. Vale V.
One Rodney for Theatre Musical Sigurmania, presented by Revolution Stage. Nicole and Thomas for The Working Dog, presented by Top Productions. Shafiq Shahjahan for Sun Kanchil and the Dragon King, presented by Liver and Lung Productions. Shahrul Miza for Theatre Musical Sakti Merung Mahawangsa, presented by Persatuan Alumni Aswara. Vale V. Wong and Thomas Nichols for Life Is, presented by Kuala Lumpur Men's Chorus.
Khairul
ASK Dance Company for Rhymes, Circles and Cycles from Contra Yue Guang, presented by the Actor Studio Seni Theatre Rakyat. Temple of Fine Arts Dancers for Prokati 2, presented by Temple of Fine Arts. Faculty of Dance Aswara for Jamu 2024, presented by Faculty Tari Aswara.
Faculty of Dance Aswara.
Performer Geetha Shankaran-Lam for Samskara, Past Reflections, Present Expressions, presented by GSD Performing Arts Studio. Naeem Shahraza for Transposition, presented by Chuck Studio, LaSalle College of the Arts and College of Creative Arts UITM. Wong Ji Xiong for Double Quantum, presented by Puntas Project Theatre Production. Instrumental Rhythms Percussion for Constant from Constant Handpan Music Concert, presented by Rhythms Percussion. Malaysia Century Chinese Orchestra and Skywind Band for Coming Through the Rye by Yosuke Fukuda and Blossoms in the Spring and Fruits in the Autumn by Wang Yunfei from East and West, a musical journey, presented by Malaysia Century Chinese Orchestra and Skywind Band. Tutan Festival Orchestra for Symphonic Rock Repertoire from Symphonic Rock, presented by Tutan Entertainment. Sundal Malam Ensemble for Charm of Keroncong Repertoire from Charm of Keroncong, presented by Masakini Theatre Company. For One by MacBeth, presented by Pusat Seni Pentas Tradisional Putra Aswara. SJ for the Bee, presented by Pentas Project Theatre Production and W Productions. Young Lyle for the Bee, presented by Pentas Project Theatre Production and W Productions.
This is the last award. Oh my.
Theatre category, Best Actor in a Leading Role. Presented by Studio Sedaruang. Cik Camp for Randai MacBeth. Presented by Pusat Seni Pentas Tradisional Putra Aswara. Fazlina Hishamuddin for Theatre Persiapan Seorang Aktor. Presented by Studio Sedaruang. Tian Siu Kim for The Bee. Presented by Pentas Project Theatre Production and W Productions. Edmund Xiao for B328. Presented by Yamatatsu.
Best performance in the leading role. Check him.
I mean, there's a lot of work to be done before 2002's first BCAA. And if we want to go back in time and say that, hey, do you know? And we go back in time into 2002, the first night, and we say, do you know? In 2025, we'll celebrate the 20th anniversary. The truth of the matter is, for me, however, that is not a more meaningful question. I think the more meaningful question is that here we are in this hall, the 20th year. The question is, what are you going to do for the next 20 years? Because if you understand what we've gone through and get here in 20 years, what you are doing is that you are defining our next 20 years. So it's really in your hands. You are the one doing the work. So please make sure that we are going to do this for 200 years, right, Tan Sri? So it's really up to you.
Yeah, we've seen legends walk across the stage and also continue to have the joy of seeing emerging talent burst into the spotlight. Congratulations to all of you for being here! Another fun fact, in the 20 years of the awards, we have received over 3,000 nominations!
Needs more productions like that, to be honest. Now tonight, we only had one mention, I think only when Caroline came out and she said something about the AI poem, which is really nice, I'm sure. It is not just, you type in and then the AI comes out. It's not like that. Of course, AI can do a cat riding a bicycle, reciting Shakespeare, but an AI can't explain why the cat is doing that, but you can. But the point is also, we're not supposed to be comparing what we're doing with AI. Why do you want to do that? So, instead of just standing by, watching how the rest of the world do it, I think it's time also that us here in Malaysia have a stand, do something, work with AI, maybe not, your call, but do something, have a say, and not be led by the nose by the disruption, by technology, by social media. I just want to say, the art's not going to die unless you let it. So please, it's in your hands.
So, tonight, as we celebrate 2 decades of brilliance, we need all of you to commit to storytelling, imagination, and risk-taking for the arts. And more than ever, I think what Yuan has said, we need to be more bold. We need to have more courage to move forward in the next 20 years.
Hell yeah. Let's do that. We're definitely around for the next 20 years. Not 200 maybe, but 20 years, that's in your hands. So let's please do that. And I really appreciated all the comments and all the wonderful conversations that we've had in the roundtable for Kaki Seni. I think that you can watch online. The point is that Kaki Seni is really just the people who are documenting what you're doing. That's all we're doing. So this is really your stage. Tonight is your night. And for that, I thank you very, very, very much.
And one last thing before we leave.
Sure.
Remember, new audiences need to be invited, okay? Welcome and made to feel that they belong. And as part of our initiative to, raise appreciation for the arts, we will be in 45 schools nationwide by July 2025 for our Artists in School program, Kelab Lagi Seni Junior, YSD Kelab Seni Junior.
We thank all the artists for supporting as we build more audience. That's really important. We are trying to speak to MOE. I think they're here today.
They are here, Daniel and team.
So please, we need to stay in school. The artists need to be in school. The arts need to stay in school. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you, ladies.
Persiapan seorang aktor. Best of 2024.
Studio Sedar Ruang. Congratulations, Randai MacBeth.